Hi, my name is Luther Richert. I'm the project director here at Safe Haven. We are a project of O.P.C.C. in Santa Monica. O.P.C.C. mainly provides services to the homeless. They also have a youth program and a domestic violence program, and also a program that targets youth who train dogs. And then put the dogs out for adoption. So it's a really amazing organization with a lot of different services that it offers, and in state-of-the-art award-winning facilities, including ours here at Project Safe Haven, 1751 Cloverfield, which was built in 2007. It's a beautiful building that's won all sorts of awards. Our main focus here at Safe Haven is we serve chronically homeless individuals with a mental illness. The majority of our clients have been not only, all of our clients have to be homeless for at least 1 year and have a diagnosed mental health issue, but the majority of our clients actually have been very high profile in the community, very visible, and been homeless for 10 years or more. And the purpose of Safe Haven, which is the name of this project, but it's also a model created by HUD, is to create a place that serves people that are usually described as service resistant, meaning that they have not been able to access other programs. And so our program has been set up as one that is high tolerance, low threshold, meaning we try to get rid of as much red tape, as many excuses why someone wouldn't come in. Part of our philosophy is based on harm reduction, which to most people think of it as kind of the alternative to a clean and sober environment, one where it meets clients where they're at and works on them with what they're willing to work on at the time. Currently have 60 clients that are housed in the community, mostly scattered site, living in various apartments throughout LA and Santa Monica. The majority of our clients have secured apartments through a voucher program called Shelter Plus Care. That is a form of Section 8, but it has intensive services provided to those clients. 1/3 of their rent is paid based on their income, and 2/3 of their rent is paid by HUD. And we have a very successful retention rate of our clients. Over 90% of our clients who have moved into permanent supportive housing are still housed. The one requirement for screening is TB test. We do have that on site. We have a collaboration with Venice Family Clinic, and they come here on Mondays and they can provide that test. Beyond that, Safe Haven in particular has very little requirements. It's a self-paced program. When people come in, many of the individuals, especially veterans, have been very isolated on the streets for long periods of time, have not really had a sense of community or even a sense of belonging, don't come in with a lot of trust. And one of the main things that we're working on with people up front is kind of develop trusting relationships and giving them a sense of community and a sense of comfort and safety. And we don't put a lot of demands or requirements on them beyond that. So it's not unheard of for someone to come in to Safe Haven and the first thing they say to us is, "I just want to be left alone." And the reason that they're coming to here is, one, we have a beautiful facility. They have access to showers, laundry, and 3 meals a day. So a lot of people, they come in and it's groom, eat, and watch TV, and they do that for a while. We do periodically touch base with people, and ultimately what we want to see and what I believe is positive growth and change. And much of the change that does occur at Safe Haven is very slow, and you're not going to see things happen right away. But miracles have been performed here. People have been very, very high profile on the streets of Santa Monica with multiple entities, police, fire, hospitals, saying that they are unhelpable and that they are unreachable, and we've been able to reach them. And we have clients that we were told that when they came here, and they're now in an apartment. That did take a period of many years, but we did achieve it. And it started with very little things, you know, and the very first thing was just walking in the front door. And that's mainly what our first order of business is. We just want to get people in the front door. Some of our clients still have not been to Safe Haven, and we are currently outreaching to them. And we have clients that are in apartments now that started at the same place, and it was even a year before we could even get them to come here to our building. And we would work with them on the streets. So it's a very slow process. Once somebody's really involved here, we have all sorts of groups here that meet regularly. We have AA, even though we are harm reduction, we're not against the idea of sobriety, and we do encourage it and believe in it. We just don't make it mandatory. So we have AA, we have housing groups, we have women's groups, we have art therapy, and just a whole bunch of support groups that are offered each week to help people engage and learn new things and try new things. And that's one of the things that a lot of people don't know about harm reduction. Most people think of it as reducing negative risky behavior. I always say there's another side to it, which is increasing positive risky behavior. And there's a lot of things that we all take for granted that would be very easy for us, like applying for a job or going to look at an apartment, that actually inspire more fear in our clients than shooting up or doing things that are actually much more dangerous and likely to kill them, but they have no fear of those things. So, you know, our groups and our whole philosophy is to encourage positive risk-taking and do things that are good for you, even if you're afraid of them and they make you nervous. The way that clients find out of our program is from a lot of different ways. We have many clients that are walk-in. They've heard about us from other clients. We have some clients who we have specifically targeted and through outreach. These are individuals that tend to be the most alienated and the most hard to reach, and we find out about them through working with the Homeless Liaison Program of the police, which is a group of officers in Santa Monica that work specifically with the homeless, and we have a very close relationship with them. And they will often come to us with people that they want us to outreach to and would like to see not only come to Safe Haven, but eventually live here and be in our residential component. We also have outreach team of our own that goes out and looks for people and works to bring them here to Safe Haven. So there's just a lot of, it's actually a very organic process most of the time. We also work with, there's several different teams in the LA area and specifically in Santa Monica that target chronically homeless individuals with a mental illness. And one of those is through the county actually has several. One is the Full Service Partnership. They have several teams. And then there's two that were created by the county recently, special projects that came out of Project 50, which was downtown LA, where they went out and they sought out the 50 people who were the most likely to die on the streets and mobilized a lot of resources to get them all housed. So after that project happened, similar one happened in Santa Monica, which was created as the Service Registry. And the Service Registry was created on a very cold, windy night with the help of a group in New York called Common Ground. And they have a survey where you go and survey homeless and find out their risk factor for dying on the streets. And in that night, they surveyed, I think, over 300 individuals and ranked them, and they sort of became the target population of Santa Monica. And the reason they go out on a cold, rainy night is those are the hardest to reach generally, the ones that even when it's that cold out, they don't find shelter. And since that, the Service Registry was created about 2 years ago. Since that time, the county has funded several projects to target the individuals on the Service Registry and get them housed and give them wraparound services. And these teams have built-in psychiatry, clinicians, outreach workers, housing, everything we offer, but they're mobile teams that go and meet people where they're at. And Safe Haven has aligned themselves very closely with these teams. And one is through our own OPCC, it's called Project Safety Net. Another one is through Step Up on Second, the home team. And so many of the clients who now live in Safe Haven are clients that were originally targeted by those teams, Project Safety Net and the home team. So it's very advantage to us to work with those teams, not only because those are the people that we have been charged to serve also, so we all have that in common of highly visible, hard to reach clients, but also when we bring them in here, it gives us an entire team of resources to tap into besides ourselves. And those teams are available 24 hours a day. We can call them, they can bring on-site psychiatry, counselors. They also have a lot of resources for housing clients. So it's really been a mutual benefit to us to work with those teams.